So Vimo, I for one is a person who thinks that taking any kind of stance, like for example atheism, and I know this might sound a little stupid to
Hmm.
a standard atheist, that you know, any kind of stance, including atheism, is
Hmm.
rooted in a bit of arrogance, because I think atheist is also sure of things. Like for example, let me tell you, I don't believe in any conventional religion, right? I do not
Hmm.
think there is Lord Shiva sitting in the mountains. I
Hmm.
do not believe that there is, but I do believe that there are things outside of the realm of um, the primate mind that we have, that was evolved to run away from predators and to hunt in Africa. So
Hmm.
we are limited by the human experience in a way. And
I
the
agree.
other,
I
yeah.
agree that, like, listen, those are views that I have also had. But I would
Uh-huh.
like to object to the thing that you said that the atheist is sure. I
Hmm.
am personally, I don't know, I can't speak for every atheist, obviously, but I am an
Right.
agnostic atheist, which means that my position is that I don't know
Right.
if there are gods,
Uh-huh.
and therefore I don't believe that there are gods. If I don't know something, why would I believe in it? That is my position. I'm not saying gods don't exist. I'm not saying it is impossible for gods to exist. I'm not even
Hmm.
saying that it's possible for gods to exist. My position is simply I don't know, therefore I do not believe.
Okay. So the things that you don't know, you do not believe in. In a way, we can say that. Of course, when it comes to the question of gods, the we
I
cannot make
lack
these.
belief. I
Yeah.
lack belief in things
Mm.
for which I have no evidence, and God
So
is definitely one of them.
the conventional god, right? The god that society as a collective thinks, like a god with a personality, an
Hmm.
anthropomorphized version of a deity, right? That
Hmm.
listens to you, controls your life.
Hmm. Hmm.
And all right, so basically, Vimo, yours and mine lives are like, I would say, polar opposites, because I
Hmm.
turned atheist when I was 13. As you can tell
Okay.
by my last name, I was raised in a Brahmin household, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And indoctrination was heavy growing
Hmm.
up. And I just grew up questioning everything, because I could not understand some basic things, like why can't my sister worship God when she's menstruating, for example. And
Hmm.
I just debated a Pandit ji about it as well when I was 14 or 15, right?
Hmm.
And now right now I'm 30,
Hmm.
and I have come to know that a staunch atheism leads to nihilistic point of views, for me
Well,
personally.
it depends on what you mean by atheism, because I just told you agnostic atheist. Do you
Yeah.
think the position I have will lead to nihilism?
um well, no, I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
but you're actively participating in a public place where you are trying to defend a side of the argument, aren't you?
Actually, I'm not. I told you my goal is not to turn people into atheists. I've said this in the last episode also. But I
Okay.
do want people to examine their beliefs more closely. Because what
Yeah.
usually happens is that,
Right.
suppose a Pakistani atheist is having a live stream. There will be
Yeah.
a lot of Hindus in the live stream who will be
Hmm.
totally okay. हाँ ठीक ही तो बोल रहा है, ये सब गलत है, इसको ऊपर क्यों विश्वास करते हैं मुसलमान लोग?
Oh
But they
yeah,
will
that.
not examine their own beliefs.
Oh,
And
definitely.
similarly, when I
Hmm.
am criticizing Hinduism or something else, there will be a bunch of Muslims in the chat who will be like, हाँ ठीक ही तो बोल रहा है, क्या बकवास विश्वास करते हैं ये लोग? But they will
Right.
not examine their own beliefs,
Right.
and they will not think about it, and they will not talk about it. And these are conversations I think we need to have. And that is
Oh
why I
yeah,
do this.
these
My
are
goal is not to
conversations that
turn
are
people into
needed.
atheists, because that's a very religious thing to do, like change people into myself. That is not
Yes.
the goal. The goal is to encourage self-critical thought and, critical thinking in general, but also people should examine their own beliefs, including myself. People come here and they make
Definitely.
me think about my own beliefs. So that's the
Definitely.
goal. Yeah.
Definitely. What I believe, my question, I would like to consider myself personally as an, I don't know, existentialist, maybe someone who still respects the mystery that is existence, someone who's not actively looking for answers anymore, because the answers don't matter. For example, I just came across this, line of questioning recently, like, where does consciousness begin? I remember in your last live, someone was telling you how he believes that the universe is a super conscious brain and all that. That's a
No, no, he was
slippery.
not. He was not saying brain, but he was saying that the fundamental
Uh-huh.
stuff of the universe is consciousness. He was going for a philosophy called analytic idealism.
Okay, I don't know what
Yeah.
that is called, but what I think is, isn't life like something that happens in the universe? It's a symptom of the universe. Like, uh, that is something so miraculous to me. And Alan Watts said something about this. He said, "Watch a bunch of rocks, leave a bunch of rocks alone for 1 billion years, and they become people."
Hmm.
So I think this itself, I think it does for a majority of people, uh, gives them hope, gives them belief that hey, there is something beyond our understanding. And I think uh,
I
God,
would make a
yeah,
distinction between hope and
uh-huh.
faith.
Mm.
Do you think there's a
Mm.
distinction between hope and faith?
Um, wow. Okay, hope and faith. Now
They are
you are
different,
you are
right?
you're doing words with me right now, so I've
No,
left
no, I'm
that.
not doing words. I think it is very clear that there is a difference. If I hope about something, I
Right,
allow for that hope to be false, right? I
right,
hope I win a medal, but it is
uh-huh.
possible that I will not win a medal. I hope I
Mm.
get to the bus stop on time. Maybe I
Right,
won't get there. That is why the word hope is used, because it's a possibility of failure.
right,
In faith, there is no possibility of failure. In faith, people have like, I will get to the bus stop on time, right?
yeah,
So
yeah, but
I think we should be careful when using the word hope and the word faith interchangeably, because it creates confusion.
I think hope is kind of like, uh, I would say faith is a more rigid form of hope, isn't it? Because let's be fair. Like, let's take away the internet and all the all the information explosion that has happened. Let's take it away. Let's imagine man in his innocence, and he has no knowledge of the world
Hmm.
around him. And a really good example of it would be like the first settlers that uh, you know left Africa
Hmm.
I would say in a boat, and they did not know what was beyond the big water body, right?
Hmm.
And the rationalist over there would have said that, hey, listen, everything that you're doing is against logic. We don't know and anything
I
what is
don't think that
beyond.
would have been the case. I think it is more
uh
likely that the people who left, the religious person was trying to stop them. The
Now
rationalist would have been like, I
this is
no
where
no.
I
I think this is
yeah.
quite this makes a lot of sense. Like, hear me out. I think
Okay,
religion is often tied to the ground, right?
sure,
For example, look at Hinduism. Uh,
sure,
we have like places in India
yeah,
which tie Hinduism to the ground, right? So
yes,
there are the
yes,
Char Dham and everything.
yes,
Vatican, it's a place that
yes,
religion ties down. So it is
yes.
more
And
likely that
Brahmins were not allowed to leave India.
leave India, or to
Yeah,
cross the ocean, because dharm
across the
bhrasht ho
ocean,
jayega, pata nahi kya
definitely.
kya.
हाँ
So
हाँ बिल्कुल
so
बिल्कुल.
so what happens is that it is more likely that religious thought will keep you where you are. And it
Hmm.
is more likely that the rationalist strain of thought will ask you to explore more. It will
Mhm.
say, okay, we came from there to here and we found something. It is
Hmm.
likely that if you go from here to there, we will
Mhm.
find something. So I
I
think that
but I was
your
talking in terms of hope and faith, right? So
which
I
we
think
have
I
already
think
established are two different things. Faith and
sure,
hope are
sure,
different things.
of course, and
When
I
people
I
set out
I
on a
agree with you
boat,
over there. Yeah.
when people set out on a boat to find another land, they're hoping.
Uh-huh. Well, I differ over there because let me tell you, bro. I believe that faith and hope both come in like in our cognitive realm. They come where the factor of uncertainty is there, and anything you want to do has a factor of
Faith में
uncertainty.
uncertainty नहीं होता.
नहीं नहीं
Faith में
वही
uncertainty
तो
नहीं
बोल
होता.
रहा हूँ
People who
मैं
believe
वही.
in God,
Hear me out, hear me out,
I would
hear me
encourage you
out.
to do this. I would encourage you to
Listen,
do this.
listen,
Go to a
just hear
religious
me out.
person. Here, listen. Go to a
Yeah,
religious person and ask them, is it possible that God does not exist? What do
of
you think
course
they will
not.
say?
That's what I'm saying. They would say there's not a possibility. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that is what
That
faith
is
said,
why I
not
said
hope.
faith is a more rigid form of hope, right?
No,
They
no,
have
it is
made it a
different.
mechanism. They
It
have
is
made
not. No, no,
see.
it is different. It is not. These two are not a difference of degree. They're difference of kind. They're two different things. Faith is not hope.
Of course, they're different things, but I think they are the same thing in different phases of belief. I think, for
No, I
example,
don't think. I don't think so. I
sure you
disagree
don't
with
think,
you
but
there.
you'll have to hear me out, mate. So
Okay,
what I'm
बताओ,
saying,
बताओ.
मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि anything, anything a person wants to do in life, there is a certain एस्पेक्ट जहां पर एक अनसर्टेनिटी होती है उसके
Hmm.
कंट्रोल में सर्टेन चीजें जहां पे वो प्रिपरेशन कर सकता है कुछ भी करने के लिए राइट
Hmm.
एंड देन देयर इज दिस फैक्टर ऑफ अनसर्टेनिटी नाउ दैट फैक्टर ऑफ अनसर्टेनिटी क्रिएट्स एंजाइटी इन पीपल They do not know what to do about it, right? And what happens is, with anxiety, is it creates crippling effects in people. Now what happens is that the things that they're supposed to do, uncertainty के factor के बाहर, the preparation वाला part, the things that they are required to do, it affects that as well. So people have made this cognitive habit of dumping uncertainty से related anxiety into pocket of faith. They're like, okay, I'll not believe about take a believe कि ये कुछ गलत हो सकता है. मेरे को ऐसे काम करना है कि ये सही ही होगा. Everything has to go the right way. This is like cognitive offloading in a way. That is what I believe.
I don't agree with you. My point is that जब लोग नाव लेके समुद्र में निकल रहे थे, let me ask you
Right.
this. There are two boats going out. One boat
Okay.
says, I am 100% sure that we will find land over there. Another
Okay.
one says, I think there is a possibility that we will find land over there, but it is also possible that we will not find land over there. And therefore,
Right.
I'm taking enough supplies that I can probably come back.
Right.
Which person would you think is more rational?
Of course, the second one.
Yeah, right. So we agree on that.
Yeah.
And I think the
Yeah,
conversation about faith and hope is immaterial. It does not matter. At the end of the day, the boat went on water.
it did, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, language covers such little part of our reality. I believe, right? It's words and symbols, and it's a very interesting way for us that we have created as a species to describe this. I think a soup of abstractness. Um, uh, into, clearly distinguishable things. Like there is a particular shade of blue that only the Nubian tribe in Africa can recognize, because they have a word for it, and
Yeah.
we don't have a word for it, and we can't say
I've
it.
heard
So
this. Yeah.
yes, definitely. So language is a nice exercise, like you said, the things about hope and faith, right?
Hmm.
But what I'm speaking is something outside of the realm of language. So outside the
Then listen, if you're talking about something outside
Hmm.
the realm of language, we can't talk about it, right?
We can't. Of course, like Ludwig Wittgenstein said, whereof one cannot speak, thereof one must remain silent. Of course, he said that. But what I'm saying is, my belief is rooted in respect of that unknown.
How do you
Now,
know it is there?
of course, it is there because it's infinite. Even science says that a universe is infinite in every aspect. Her dimension is infinite. So there is definitely more beyond the realm of logic
I'm not
and beyond.
saying, listen, I'm not
Hmm.
saying there is nothing out there. And I would agree with you when you say that there may be something out there.
Sure.
But how do you know that the thing we describe as God is out there?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm not
If you're
saying
not
that.
saying that, then why
Uh-huh.
would you consider maybe there's a potato out there, right?
Well, a
In
scientist
like
would be really happy if there's a potato out
in
there.
16th century,
Yeah.
16th century, would it
Yeah.
have been logical for people to think that germs were God? And would they have religious, feelings towards germs? Because we did not know that microbial life forms existed,
Definitely not. Of
right?
course
So
not.
that is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I think
Yeah.
whatever we have not discussed,
Hmm.
whatever we have not yet found,
Hmm.
it is better to withhold our opinion about it, because it is entirely
Definitely.
possible that you will find that the universe is run by some asshole. It does not help to have feelings of sublime mystery about that asshole. If we don't know about it, why have any opinion about it?
All I know is life happens in this universe, and I cannot believe that it's an accident. That is, I think, fundamentally where I would differ. I
Wait, could
think
you repeat that?
I say life happens in the universe, right?
Hmm.
Life, like, look at us.
Hmm.
This is
Hmm.
extremely complex behavior of matter that you and me are doing, right? This
From
is
our perspective, yeah.
sure, of course, from our perspective, but it's happening. Let's keep it to our perspective, right? For now, for the sake of the argument, and it happens in the universe, and it's clearly happening, and we can see this is what universe did. Uh, this is the perspective that was created. Even our perspective, that we are saying that, hey, this is our perspective.
Why would you
But
say it
what?
was created?
Okay, I wouldn't say so. I would be more careful with my words. I wouldn't say it was
Yeah.
creative. It happened.
It happened is a better word, yeah.
Okay, it happened, right? But it happens.
Yeah, it happens.
and
So what?
and fundamentally, I think the position is, was it a fluke and an accident, or was it something that can be described as a tendency of the universe, right? Scientists believe it's a tendency. That's why we are like spending so much to look out there for
No, no, no,
extraterrestrial
no, no.
life.
Listen. First of all, you have turned this into a binary where it's either a fluke or a tendency. We don't know all the possibilities that could have created this, could have caused this to happen, could have made this happen, right? So I don't think we are in a position to say that it was either a fluke or a tendency, whatever you mean by tendency. What do you mean by
Tendency,
tendency, by the way?
I mean tendency means I would say um uh
That life was
tendency.
inevitable, that the universe was
I'm
that
not saying
that
it's
it was.
inevitable, but I'm saying that it is something it does. That's it. Like it clearly did it over here. And by did it, I don't mean agency, like universe did not think this. I'm saying it happens here in the universe. In a particular part of the universe, this
That's
happened.
so, Anugrah, that is neither here nor there. It happens here, it has happened here. What is the conclusion we draw from it?
My conclusion is that this is extremely complex and we need to respect this.
From
That
our
is what
point
I'm
of
saying.
view.
Of course,
From
from
our
our
point
point.
of view.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
So there is
course.
a thing called the anthropic principle,
Uh-huh.
whereby we look at ourselves and we come to certain conclusions, and those conclusions cannot be taken seriously. It's not the anthropic principle which says this. My point is
Mm.
that uh, no matter how beautiful we think we are, or how rare we think we are, or how
Uh-huh.
bad we think we are, or how terribly simple we think we are, it is just our opinion. It's basically one guy talking about himself in an empty room otherwise, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
we
Yeah,
don't have any outside perspective. There is no, if
definitely.
there was an alien species that we met tomorrow and it turned out that their evolutionary history was very different from ours, that
Okay.
they don't even count as alive from our point of view, right?
Right. Right.
Then we can have a better conversation about our place in the universe. Right now, we are here. That's all I
Oh,
know.
yes.
We are here,
Yes.
right?
And
And I
collectively,
don't
we
feel the
believe.
need. I don't feel the need to overreach and come to any conclusion about why we are here, how we got here, whether it was a conscious agent who made us or whether we are an accident. These are all possibilities on the table. And when we know more, I will come to a conclusion.
Hopefully, that happens within our lifetimes, man. Hopefully.
I doubt it, but hopefully, sure,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Right.
Chalo. Thank you,
Right.
Anugrah.
Chalo, nice talking to you, Vimo.
Yep. Bye bye.
Bye bye.